What a great day to be a Wildcat. I mean, I want to thank all of and congratulate our award winners. I want to especially thank the donors who are in the room because you care deeply about the future of this country and our young people, and you have demonstrated that by supporting them with your hard-earned dollars. I want to congratulate our students because I hope as you look forward that you envision yourself on the other side of the proverbial table, giving back, and hopefully producing and supporting the kind of student that others have invested in you. I've been really worried about what I wanted to say to you today because this is a very special moment. And over the last couple days, all three boards have been on campus, and I've been hearing just a lot of just really committed, caring people talking about the future of Northern and where we're going. I'm going to take a little bit different tact because it really is hard to capture the magic and the spirit of Northern Michigan University. It resides deeply in all of us who are part of the story, and even deeper in all of you who are alums, who work here, who work with students, etc. And this point of reflection for you is going to be a little bit humorous, but when I look out, you know, Kyle was one of the key reasons Phyllis and I chose to come here. Because during the interview back in '03, the benchmark for a place that I wanted to bring myself, Phyllis, my career, was to be around students who were bright, intelligent, and different in very special ways. Listening to Kyle, you can understand why I chose to come here. Rebecca Thompson was the first ASNMU president during my first year as the president of Northern Michigan University. You have heard her speak. You can now believe that I'm going, this really is the place that I should have come to and did, and I'm glad I did. But there have been other events that might strike you as really kind of interesting, but it will help me get to the main point that I want to share with you. Everywhere I go, and Phyllis goes, we always try to wear NMU stuff. Okay, particularly if Larry Inman has not already bought out the bookstore. Okay, and that's a private joke between Larry and most of us. But let me tell you a couple little stories, and I'll be very, very brief. Phyllis and I had never been to the Sioux, Ontario, across the bridge. We go across the bridge, have fun, have lunch. We're coming back, we're going through customs. I pull up to the little thing, and the person goes, "Hey, Dr. Wong, how are you doing?" And starts talking to me. And I'm going, I don't know who this person is. Okay? And so I just happened to look up into the mirror, and the lineup of cars behind me was a long ways. Okay? And so after a while, I said, well, tell me about yourself. You know, I mean, I got into the conversation, right? And he goes, so-and-so, class of '82, go Wildcats. Okay. I'm walking into Comerica Park. Phyllis and I were baseball fans. I can't even get through the ticket gate. The kid takes my ticket. Go Cats, kick their butts, kind of thing. Okay. We didn't even get to our seats, and one of the vendors goes by me. Go Cats. Okay, twice in the same day. Third, the other event, Phyllis hasn't heard this story. I'm in a jewelry store, tiny little place, because I don't like to go to corporate places, restaurant or otherwise. I want to help out the local business owner. So I'm in this tiny little jewelry store, looking at stuff, nice things. The woman comes out. She looks to be about 400 years old. And she goes, "Dr. Wong, that would just look gorgeous on your wife." I was speechless. Now, I did end up buying that item. And I said, well, have we met? And she goes, Wildcats, class of. I've been following you. And it has happened to me in department stores, malls, in Arizona, San Francisco, Seattle. Interestingly enough, the best story was Gavin and a couple of us were in China, in Beijing, and we're actually, building bridges to Asia for northern students, etc. I'm in the lobby of the hotel. The lady comes up to me and says, there's a young man that wants to talk to you because you're Dr. Wong, right? I said, yeah. So I go in there, and it's one of our students who heard by monitoring the website that the president and northern delegates were going to be in China. And he was there because after Northern, he had gotten his dream job working for a commercial executive furniture moving company throughout Asia, and his wife worked for Johnny Walker kind of thing. And we have been friends since. Now, the funniest, best story is David and a bunch of us commute to Lansing quite an awful bit. Sometimes you put it on autopilot. And sometimes autopilot, for some odd reason, is a little faster than you intended or recognized. And so, public confession, I've been stopped twice by the wonderful people called the Michigan State Patrol. And in each case, the person looks in the car and he goes, first one, young officer, looked to be about 12, right? He goes, it's classic, Dr. Wong. You got to control it. You can't be doing that. And I'm going, oh, thank God. This might not cost me nearly as much as I thought it was going to be. So he takes my license, goes back, sits in the car. I look in the mirror, and he's got this big grin on his face. He's just yucking it up, etc. He comes back and he goes, I'll let you go this time. But the officer up the road is a graduate of Michigan Tech. Okay? I have to tell you, in the next year, I get stopped again, different police officer, almost the same spot, right? And they must train him to do this. He walks up and he goes, now, Dr. Wong, you can't go this fast. Okay? Now, he did not say that the guy up the road was a graduate of that school from the north. But, there is a magic about being part of this community, being part of this family. And I think all of you sense it deeply. It is really a powerful force that I think as we look forward, that I think we ought to be less humble and much more outgoing and not get into this thing of just Northern. We ought to just trumpet the strengths, the magic that you've heard about today from Kyle, from Bruce, from all of our award winners today, because our students are doing incredibly powerful things. They are making a difference. And I think the less humble we are about that, we really have to make ourselves known to students, potential students around the world who want to experience the magic that you have experienced. So I think we need to be louder about it, or we need to develop a secret handshake that only Wildcat people know, so that when you're stopped by our country's finest, you'll know that it's a very special kind of thing. I'll close with one last meaningful story. It's sitting in my office right now, but probably the most memorable thing of our students doing wonderful things is that I have, it was awarded to me by two of our alums who are currently officers in the United States Marines. And they gave me, framed, a flag of the United States and a flag of Northern that had flown over their forward operating base in Afghanistan. Okay? And underneath it, go Cats. Okay? So, you know, there really is something to this Wildcat Nation thing because we're everywhere. You know, and so I always keep thinking, boy, it was a good thing I didn't go into that jewelry store with someone different than Phyllis. It is a lesson to all of you. But I want to thank you. This really is, homecoming is just a special moment. It is a point of celebration for something that we know is very, very true, that there is a special magic that is part of the Northern experience, and you people are the soul of that magic. Thank you.